What's happening, everybody? We are live. Welcome to the session. We're going to get started right now. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. Real quick, before we get started. Might be a big week ahead in the markets. Might be a big week coming. Expect a lot of volatility in the next couple days as the markets open up in the first couple days. About to get the session started on the way. It's a new week, yo. I'm expecting volatility this week. I mean, if we've seen what the president's saying today, happy Easter, by the way. Donald Trump woke up today and said, happy Easter. No, he actually didn't. Did he? No. He said, praise be to Allah. Crazy. Anyway, Tuesday might be a crazy day from the looks of it. Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day. There will be nothing like it. All wrapped up in one in Iran. Open the effing straight, you crazy. Yeah, that's his words. When you first saw this, you might have thought it was not real. Right? If you woke up, if you saw this, you might have been like, is this even real? Let me check real quick. Yeah, no, it's real. His exact words. Yeah, praise Allah. He didn't on East. Yeah, his crazy work right there. So yeah, Tuesday. What's gonna happen on Tuesday this week, guys? We're gonna see. From his words, it's gonna be nothing like it. There will be nothing like it wrapped up in one. That's gonna be power plant day and bridge day. So are they gonna hit bridges? Or bridge? Power plants? So yeah, he's given basically a 48-hour deadline. This isn't the first deadline he's given them. This is like the 5th deadline now, and the deadlines have been pushed. President Trump appears to move the 48-hour deadline on Iran back to Tuesday. Tuesday, 8 p.m. So he said it was going to be at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Now it's going on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's what Trump's saying. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I don't even know. Like, this is like, for me, I've been a trader for 11 years, and this is just like, like a different market to breed into. What moves to expect. Like, this guy's really timing things now. Saying Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So market's going to price in things, probably be like, you're going to see movements before things happen, whatever happens. Because markets will price in these things. He's really pushing for them to make a deal, finish this off. President Trump's 48-hour deadline has been extended to 82 hours for Iran. President Trump has now stated multiple news outlets that he will blow everything up in Iran if they do not make a deal by Tuesday. However, the 48-hour deadline for a deal, which he set on Saturday, expires on Monday at 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time. Now Trump has made a post that states Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Appears that President Trump has shifted his deadline for U.S. strikes on Iranian power plants for the 4th time. So market now is open. Of course, this all happens on a weekend. Of course, Good Friday, Easter, Sunday. The day we're just supposed to be. I just got back from my grandmother's, literally. So I'm here with you guys now. I was literally just at my grandmother's house. Yeah, Christ has risen today. And look what he said. Oh, man, that's crazy work right there. I don't know who made him to believe who he is. But I don't know. Take that for whatever it is. But, sheesh, that's crazy work. Oh, yeah, Trump tells NBC that the Iran conflict should be over in days, not weeks. Once again, I think we've heard that again. He adds that if no deal is reached, he will blow up the whole country. With very little off the table. This is from ABC News. Spoke to President Trump. So we conflict, they blow up the whole country. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we're blowing up the whole country, he said. Very little, he said. Anything off limits. Yeah, expect volatility. Like, but yeah, gold's flying. It just pumped up, just flew up. Dollar. Dollar's in an interesting spot. On the daily. Expect some volatility. So yeah, that, his word, like just saying, yeah, Tuesday. Something's gonna happen, and there's a conference tomorrow. So President Trump's also hosting a press conference tomorrow with the military at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, shit's going down apparently. So it seems. And then tomorrow there's a press conference with the military. 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So we'll see. I feel like 2 hours ago, Trump will announce tomorrow we have a deal, bookmark it. If a deal gets made, gold will probably dump, no? I don't even know right now. Markets, like, crazy work right now in the markets. Dollar looks kind of bearish here, but I think I want to wait to trade after Tuesday this week. This week. Until things like, until we see what goes on with the markets and how this affects the markets, how this affects the dollar. Dollar's been ranging, like, in here, so if we get, like, a breakout on the dollar, like, it could be bullish for the dollar if, like, a deal's made. What if we get a bullish breakout on the dollar? Above the range. Bearish, it's like, when you're looking at DXY right now, it's like this candle looks like it could flip bearish on the dollar, like, and form a bearish structure. It's like if we get, like, a breakout, if, like, a deal's made, breakout, but I was saying it's an interesting environment to be in. Gold looks like daily time frame. Like we're gonna try to pull back like down to this area, 4,500, and almost, not almost, but 4,500 area here, daily chart. Watching like this low on gold, we made a high on the daily. So watching like this daily right now. Well, we just tap even 4,600's holding. You can see on the line chart this point here, like we have a bit of resistance here. That candle, that there was like a high here that we shifted down, but then we went right up. So like right here was a pretty good move down, that red candle, but then price ends up shifting up, creating this high. And now we can see like we've broken up, and it's like we almost pulled back on Thursday. Market was closed on Friday, so we didn't get as much like price action as we would have. Definitely monitoring like this area this week around 4,500. I mean, market made like not an attempt to get there. Almost on Thursday, we are 45.50. I mean, like it's Sunday right now. There's a lot of time left in the week, and then like Tuesday, we already know the market's gonna move a lot on Tuesday, depending on what happens. I mean, a deal could get made. Maybe they make a deal. Maybe they reach a deal in a negotiation before this Tuesday 8 p.m. Eastern time signal he's calling. Yeah, I've been a lot of pushback on this. Deal gets made, ease off the market. I think Bitcoin, what's Bitcoin doing? 60, Bitcoin just even spiked up on open. Stock market's not open yet. Bitcoin's moving. Yeah, like Bitcoin daily looks interesting. It just broke out of this high here. Daily structure looks pretty clean on Bitcoin at the moment. $68,000, right around that $68,000 level. If you look at daily structure on Bitcoin, oops, 680,000. That'd be lovely. We just got to break out. Could try to pull back to that area. When you look at Bitcoin, daily looks all right. We'll probably get a pullback to like, probably try to get like a pullback to like 68 this area and bounce off of there, maybe continuation. Gold, however, there's a lot of time. Like, look, yeah, crypto's moving. ETH, what's ETH at? 30, not 30, 21, 34. ETH's been just like straggling with that $2,000 level. If you look at 2200, like it would be good if Ethereum could spend some time above 2200. Anytime it does, it goes up. For the most part, 2200 is like a key level on Ethereum. It's gonna matter at some point this year. At 2200 level, like it's gonna matter at some point this year. Maybe not right now, but like it will in the near future. We're still below that, like probably like accumulating below that key like threshold where breakouts have occurred on Ethereum. Like it's been chilling, $2,000, just kind of chilling at that level, psychological level, 2K. 2200 is like a threshold for this thing. Some point this year, like that's gonna be a key level. You're gonna see like when price is ready to get above that, and that could be later in the year. There'll be a key breakout. Like you can see, that's a key breakout area. Even last year, spent some time above 2200 too. If you look at last year, like when Ethereum got above $2,200. It stayed pretty much like above it for like 62 days before rallying even higher. That's going to be a key level. I don't want to like predict now, but later on, more likely too. Like I'm an ETH holder, so it's like I'm not worried about timing perfectly. I'm already a holder. So if it happens sooner or later, I know it'll be a key level. You can see like there's times where Ethereum spends time above $2,200. Right, and I'm gonna start talking about crypto now because you're not gonna see a lot of like big people, like you don't see like influencers, streamers like talking about crypto as much as they do or as they did when cryptos were like all-time highs and every Solana coin was pumping. They will when it's more convenient for like the market, when the market's at like a stage where it's easier to focus on that. It's not easy to focus on making gains so much with crypto and portfolio right now. But it's all about positioning, positioning long term. Most people don't position. They get in as the herd jumps in higher and higher and higher. 2200, that's going to be a key level. I'm telling you, at some point where you could see like there was one time here where we spent 70 days above it and then we rallied. even like the first time the market like went up to all-time highs, 2200, spent a bit of time above it, rallied. It's a key kind of threshold level. Not saying that this thing can't go down lower to like 1500. Like you could see the bottom here is 1500. But if you look at crypto and it moves pretty fast. Like when, like right now, like if you look at the market, you can see like all this time Ethereum spent here. It spent a long time not doing a lot, and then really quickly it did this. Bam. Right. And this is the thing about crypto is how fast it moves. Like this is a really big drop in terms of percentage. This drops 42%. Rather quickly too, right? Rather quickly. Very quickly. The world we live in nowadays is very, very quick. Like money markets move faster. Things get digested quicker. Like by the time you think of something or react to something, the market already like, or even me, us, the market's already digested it, planned it. And the world spins faster, I would say. That's another topic, but things move fast these days. And when you look at crypto, when it's picked a direction and it moves in that direction, like let's talk about bullish real quick. For example, here, price goes up rather quickly. Like most of the gains, most of the gains are just in a short period of time, but they do expand, right? If you look at most of like when the gains come in, it's rather quick phases, right? Like strong, fast, right? Phases. So whenever like these things kick back into action, it'll like the same negative effect you're getting. Like this just dropped 40%. Let's say if this goes to 1500 from here, let's just say worst case scenario thinking, right? Like let's just say if it were to, that'll be another 30% drop pretty much. That's huge, right? These moves happen fast, down, just as like when it goes down, same as it goes up. When it's in an up phase, strong, fast. Same as you're seeing these deadly moves down that are wrecking people, right? Let's see. For me, I would have thought. So the war started, like February 28th. Bitcoin dumped before that. Gold rallied before that. So the war, like gold went way up before the war, and Bitcoin's been tumbling before the war. I would have thought Bitcoin would have had a bit more of a deadlier effect to it with this war, but it actually didn't. Interesting enough. From my experience, it's interesting. Like now we look at it, it's just kind of stayed around here. So when you look at Bitcoin, it's like boom, right? You have this area here that's really important, right? The previous all-time highs, like the previous all-time high levels that once broke out. That's like an important level, important area where we're seeing some pause, maybe some accumulation, or even just reaccumulation for one more continuation down. Like if you look at this could end up turning into like a bearish continuation pattern for one more move down. But look at the monthly right now in Bitcoin. It looks pretty interesting how it's setting up here. If, let's just say, Trump has this under control and war ends tomorrow or war ends in 2 days, what's the stock market going to do? What do you guys think? let's say, let's think about scenarios here. We made a deal with Iran. Stock market would probably then inject a lot of money into it, I would think. Now, if having to make a deal goes with, the things he's saying, there's two ways the deal gets made. Either negotiations, more peacefully negotiations, or like this, right? And if it's like this, that just probably means more escalation, I think. I don't know, right? More escalation. So depends on how it ends. Like if a negotiation gets made, that's good for the stock market. People probably put money back in the stock market like fast. Rather, you probably see like trillions of dollars added to the stock market if a deal were to get made. Bitcoin might be front running right now. So Bitcoin could be front running like price because stock market's not open yet. That a deal could be possibly getting made, or maybe that's the side that the shift that things are gonna turn to. I'm talking best case scenario right now because I think everybody wants the war to end, right? So when you look at like stock, like when you talk about Bitcoin, you got to think about stocks too, because stocks are really important with this as well. And if you think about how much money the stock market lost, right, with this war, like in trillions wiped out, right? Now we're in April. And it's very interesting because last April, look what the stock market did. Last April, it was, I'm announcing tariffs on this. We're doing tariffs on this. Every country's getting tariffs. 10% tariffs. 15, 20. China this, China. Last February, March, and April. Going into April. It really depends on if a deal gets made, how a deal gets made, or how escalation continues, how things end, if things end. So if you think about crypto, Bitcoin's still expensive, but once the market, like if like the best thing for like Bitcoin would be like a healthy stock market too. All right, in a sense of like the S&P. If you look at the S&P, this thing tumbled over. If this thing keeps tumbling over, then that wouldn't be good more for Bitcoin. If you look at last April we had a huge recovery with the tariff wars. So Trump really spooked the world last year geopolitically with tariffs. So this is the S&P 500 index. This measures the top 500 companies in the stock market in the U.S. tied together in an index. So this thing tanked. I mean, everything crashed when Trump spooked the world with tariffs last year. Gold just shot up like crazy. And then there was a recovery in April, May, June, July. S&P 500 went on to one of its biggest rallies. It went into a huge rally to end up hitting $7,000 after like, okay, so it was like January, February last year where Trump was talking about tariff wars, all that, right? And that really spooked the world. There was a lot of back and forth with Canada, Europe, all countries, and China. Right? All countries. The market really, the market was terrified, crashed, trillions. Like we saw some of the biggest days of like trillions of dollars wiped out, crypto liquidations. Crypto was crashing at the same time. Crypto was bleeding out. But then there was the recovery. Every crisis has a recovery. Every crisis. If you really study like this thing, Every crisis has a recovery. Let's go back to COVID-19. I think a lot of us should remember COVID-19. Feels like it was 4 years ago, but it was like 6, all right? Something like that. I don't even know. So most people are like, what? Oh man, it was that long ago. There's always, every event, every catastrophic event always ended up coming with a recovery, right? So when this dust, most people, like 90% of people are obviously not, are looking at the fear of this, the fear element, the crisis element, but what the smart money is going to do is position themselves for the longer term opportunity that recovers out of this. Longer term, the bigger picture, longer term. I'm not talking about day trading, scalping. I'm talking about like big position trading, long term, right? They did it with COVID, right? Like in COVID, the market crashed. I mean, wars, Ukraine, Russia started in like February 22, February, like 2022, going into like 2022. There's always been these crashes, and recoveries. Stock market. This is tied to crypto because Bitcoin, in that timeline, Bitcoin crashed too. Pretty fast. And that's where Bitcoin had a pretty strong recovery, ended up going to all-time highs. Right? So that longer term, there is like an opportunity element. It's going to be hard to time. But I do, over the last 11 years, and I have seen how things have graduated, things can get digested rather quickly nowadays. So it's like, depending on how this deal comes, or how this war comes to end, if it comes to end too. If it doesn't, like, what if it doesn't come to an end? There's still there's still an opportunity crisis in that involved, longer term. But the markets are spooked right now, not really knowing what's going to happen, right? Markets are spooked right now. They have been, but even the S&P finished last week kind of like recovering at the end of the week. What do you know? After market loss. So it's like interesting to me how it's like kind of like a same timeline of last year, where it's like going into 2025, it was like we were all ready to trade. Let's get it. And then, whoa, what just happened? The same thing happened this year too with going into 2026, right? We're all ready to trade, locked in. Same thing happened. It's interesting how the timeline's very similar to like how last year, just literally a year ago, around this time, like eventful things were happening. Market completely crashed. And then what did it do? It went on to a long recovery. So, yeah, we crashed. This could go into a longer term recovery if things end quicker from here. If things don't end quicker, then it could obviously drop more, but still that longer term recovery would end up coming in. If I'm wrong, USA's cooked. Let's just say, like, that means, like, let's just say if I'm wrong, USA's cooked. All right? That means that means USA's maybe not in not in a good place, but heck, man, I mean, historically, like, US has always benefited from wars. It's about how much money can we spend. Where can the profit go from that money? Where can, It's necessary to have a strategy. Normal price action. I mean, price action is a strategy, right? So I mean, price action is a strategy. I mean, there's some traders who just trade based on movement. Depends on your level of experience. I've been trading for 11 years, so it's like I can trade structure. I'll trade structure. Structure can be a strategy. I think it's important to have a strategy because it's like, if you don't, you're maybe just taking random trades. So knowing why you're taking a trade, what you're taking a trade, how you're taking a trade. Because if you know 10 different strategies, 15 different strategies, you're going to go to the chart and see 10 different things at a time. So, I mean, like 1 or 2 good strategies and just focus on those setups when they're there. Like defining what you're, because the market's always going to move. The market's always going to move. So if you just look for one thing when you see it, that one thing's not always going to be there because the market's always going to move. So the problem traders have is, focusing on everything, right? A strategy could just be one thing, but one thing's not always going to be there, right? So it's like your strategy could be just, I'm looking for market structure shifts. And anytime I see a market structure shift, that's when I'm trading, right? Like that's a strategy, right? Like a bullish market structure shift like this right here. That could be your strategy. That's not always going to be there as clear. Like this picture right here, this picture of the chart, right? So actually like picking a setup that you visually can see, a pattern you can recognize that performs, right? Because there's hundreds of strategies, right? So sitting to one and just picking one and ignoring, that's going to take ignoring some movements, right? Like your strategy could be market structure shifts. Literally there's market structure shift that happened right here, right? Bullish market structure shifts in price where here you have a shift, right? Higher high made, you break a high. So that literally that shift could be your strategy. That's one strategy. Now, how to find it, you could time it around sessions. It's like, okay, I'm going to go, a strategy could be any strategy, right? But then it's about high probability strategies, what's actually accurate, because there's hundreds of strategies out there, right? That will give you entries, give you confirmations, give you reasons to potentially take a trade, right? So a strategy could be market structure shifts. That could be your strategy. I've been talking about that for the last weeks if you've been on the sessions. Right, your strategy could be literally, let me type it in Google, market structure, Forex, market structure shift. There you go. Your strategy could be market structure shift. Something, there you go. That could be your strategy right there, a market structure shift, bullish or bearish. And trading the market structure shift, trading the retracement. Retracement could be a break and retest or a fair value gap, filling an imbalance, a structure level. That could be a strategy. That's a price action strategy, and you could say, okay, because I know this works, I'm only gonna look for this strategy. That would take ignoring other movements and just understanding, looking for that when it's there. So kind of like this. There's literally a market structure shift that happened right here, where you have this high, created a higher high there, right? In that shift, up. That's a practical, accurate strategy, but you have to wait for a context of a market. You have to wait for a market context to form. It takes price action to form. Timing that in different sessions, okay? London session starts at 3 in the morning. So pre-London session, let me go on the charts maybe a little bit before London session, see if it's maybe accumulating or forming that pattern going into London session or around London session. Or maybe I can try to see if I can spot this pattern in New York session. Or maybe early Sydney, Tokyo. Or maybe late Tokyo. Right? A pattern like this right now, what time is it? It's 11 p.m. What hours are we in right now? We're at 11 p.m. It's 23. So it's like later Tokyo hours. In a couple hours, it's going to be pre-London session. So it's like going to a session. Is it on? Do I have sessions on? I should have sessions on. I was making some videos. Maybe going to try to spot a pattern in a specific session, right? If you're going into a specific session, trying to spot a specific pattern. That pattern's not always going to be there as maybe clearly as you may want to see it, maybe depending on the time frame even that you're viewing, right? That could be like one thing, looking for market structure shifts. And that could be very accurate. You could look for that a couple times a week. Look for very accurate ones on the chart, bullish ones. And if you stay patient, you'll find a few good accurate ones a week. There's one on the 5-minute here. I took a trade last week. I sent a signal. Where was it on the 5-minute? I just recorded. Bro, I think it's right there, literally where I marked. Yeah, because I said it's on the 5-minute there where I marked. Like, I took a trade right here last week based on market structure shift. I sent a signal to you guys. If you're in the Discord, I sent a signal on this too. Somewhere in XAU analysis in the Discord here last week. Might have been the first one. There was 2 signals that I sent in there last week. Both of them won or fire trades. I think it was this one at the beginning of the week. I sent a trade last week based on this market structure shift, identifying a high probability pattern, price action pattern. You might be good at bullish or bearish or both, right? So it could be a specific setup. There's different types of ways to framework setups. I use different methods for scalping, for swing trading using whole numbers. I teach a lot about that here, and I have taught a lot about it in the inner circle. I haven't been streaming a lot because I'm making videos. I'm making videos every day right now for the next phase of the inner circle. So like, I haven't been streaming a lot because I'm honestly just putting all the time into making a lot of videos right now for the next phase of the inner circle. Maybe soon I'll be able to show you some of you guys the live version if you're on a session. But most of you guys have seen this already, but this isn't even the live version yet. The live version has a bit more features, things fixed, a bit more detail, a bit more different things on the end. There's more tabs on the live feature. This is just like a mock-up. This is just a little bit of a mock-up. But the live one, I was on a call last week. The live one has more things. So just showing you guys a little bit of a sneak peek right now of Inner Circle 2.0 phase. And yeah, like, I haven't been streaming a lot because I'm making a lot of videos right now for that next phase. But for instance, like, and like, it's gonna be some like, it's gonna be some of like the best material I've put together yet. Like, in terms of videos, there's gonna be hundreds of videos and just hundreds of hours of material on this website. So like, I can't teach everything right now. That's the point I'm getting to. Like, I can't teach everything right now. That's the point. Like, but one thing, like, this would be one setup. Like, let's just say I was gonna focus on one thing primarily on different time frames. When it's there on the 5-minute, the 15-minute. If your eyes are trained enough, you can start to see it on the 1-minute. Well, even the 1 hour. This could be one setup, one strategy that you look for, a setup. Right? Bearish or bullish. I sent a signal last week based on it. Market structure shift here. Now, how can you framework being able to see multiple of them in a day or by the days or in the weeks? You have to show up is really one thing. You don't have to overtrade. You don't have to take 100 trades. You don't have to take 10 trades a week. You can take 2 to 3 trades in a week and have a really, really good, accurate week. You just have to show up to different sessions, really, and see what the market's doing. That's one way to train your eyes. You're not gonna, like, if you go on the charts once a week and you're looking for a pattern like this once a week. Let's just say you go to the charts at a time that's maybe favorable for you. And I'm just teaching you guys, like, how the market doesn't work in your favor. Like, if you really want to get to, like, full-time trading, but full-time trading doesn't have to be 10 hours a day if you think that's what full-time means too. Full-time is just, like, expertise level, experience level, how a trader thinks, how a trader operates. Because if I'm going to go to the chart at a time that is more in my favor, where I want to go, or maybe when I'm done work, let's say, or maybe when I'm finished and the kids are settled in, like a time that maybe makes sense to me, where it's comfortable for me, where my shit's done, that might not be as favorable for the market time, right? You might be just kind of like setting yourself up, not for failure, but not for as much probability in the sense of when things happen. So if you're going to want to see like setups like this, right, you're going to want a framework at different times. Like maybe try to spread yourself out. Because a full-time trader doesn't have to sit on the charts 6 hours a day, but they are 5 hours a day straight. Like me, if I'm a day trader, a scalper looking for setups, like I'm trying to spot setups, like not trying to take trades all the time. I'm not talking about over trading. I'm not talking about going on the charts to always trade. I'm talking about looking for setups. Let's say you're going to spend 3 hours a day on the chart or something, 3 hours a day. If that seems like a lot, go talk to your boss and ask them if you can work 3 hours a day and get the same paycheck, all right, that you work at your job. Let's say if any of you guys have a job. If you think 3 hours a day is a lot on the charts, go to your work and ask your boss if you could work for 3 hours instead of however long you work right now and get the same amount that they pay you, all right? Because like 3 hours a day is not a lot. 3 hours a day becomes effective. 3 hours a day compounds itself. It might seem like, oh my gosh, 3 hours a day. But some of you guys might spend 3 hours a day doing nothing. Scrolling, chilling, watching stuff, watching TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, maybe doing nothing. So you might want to spread that out. Maybe 1 hour maybe 1 hour kind of around these hours. 1 hour in London session. 1 hour in New York session. Spread your hours out. Spread your time out. And give yourself the ability to be like, if I don't see something, I'll just come back another session. Because now let's talk about compounding time. Right? If I'm going 3 hours a day, right? I'm spreading myself out. Maybe I'm spreading that 3 hours out at different sessions. Maybe I'm hitting some London. Maybe I'm hitting some Tokyo. Or maybe I'm hitting some London and New York. Maybe I'm in London, New York, Sydney. Like maybe I'm spreading that 3 hours out around at 3 different sessions. You have 3 different sessions. Times 5 days in the week. Right? I mean, Friday might not. Maybe Friday less time, or right? You got a good amount of session time there, different sessions, right? To kind of, if you're really trying to let's say your learning curve, speed it up a bit, train your eyes faster, adapt faster. That 3 hours can compound if you can spread it out in different times, different sessions. That's why when I'm actively streaming, you'll usually see me stream at like different times in the day, because I just want to kind of keep an eye on, let's see what the charts are doing at these times. Try to look for different patterns, different reactions, or even when you're back testing or forward testing. Like when you're done the day, you're back testing, you're going to study, what did price do today? What did the market do today? Right? Spread that time out in different sessions. That's what I like to do. That's how I've always become effective, is by just like being able to see these patterns, not once a week, like most traders, every day, every other day. Right? Like being able, with gold, because I trade gold, obviously. So like being able to see, let's just talk about a pattern like this. Most traders might not be able to see them every week, but they're there. They are there, bearish and bullish. They are there. But you might not be able to see them every week because you might not be adjusting, right? Your eyes, your frequency, boom, boom, boom. So if you want to compound your time effectively, you need some time on the charts, spread it out, right? Any strategy, I could teach you guys 100 different strategies. I'm not gonna do that. Like maybe like throughout the inner circle evolution and as it evolves over the years, like I'll teach a bunch of different strategies in there as it evolves over the future. I could teach a bunch of different strategies that I don't use. That's the thing. Like most of the things I teach, I use to make money, right? To make money. Most of the things and information I share, it made me money in the markets, right? So I don't always like focus on some things that I know. There's a lot of things that I know that I don't use about different indicators, right? Like especially on indicators and indicator strategies, different techniques. I have 11 years of experience, so it's like I can see obviously different things, but I've obviously frameworked the things that I like the most, the things that are most effective, even things that I'll wait for. Happened in 1 minute. Oh, yeah, there you go. I did. Smart money accumulation. Now, like that right there is gonna be one of the, like your like I've been working on, like I said, I've been streaming a lot because I've been working on like full PDF PowerPoint breakdowns of this stuff for like version 2.0. It's gonna be some good stuff. It's gonna be some good stuff. But like that type of shift, that type of setup for me is like one of like the ones I try to look for in the week too. That would have been a good trade. Daily, I would love for gold. Like again, like I said, guys, it's gonna be not your normal week. Like we haven't had like. I mean, I think this week's gonna be an interesting week with Tuesday. So I'll be waiting this week, chilling. I like to see when the week starts. So a good thing to do is be on the charts, because it's Sunday. It's good to be on the charts when the market's open. So you can kind of gain a little bit of flow of like how price is reacting in the first like beginning hours. Like you can see some whole number reactions. You can see some candle reactions. You can get a tempo of like price direction. And look, gold does look more bearish at the moment on the 4 hour. Daily looks like it could still come down to this area around 4,500. So we might see gold try to move down to like $4,500. And if you look at that, that's an important daily area. So what I like to do a lot of weeks when market opens is, because gold moves every day a lot, you're not going to miss setups. Like you will miss setups. You're bound to miss trades. The thing about trading is you're not going to catch every trade in the week. Like by the end, let's say in the next 48 hours, I'll probably be able to show you guys like 5 different trades that happened on gold, like with strategies, with techniques, and with concepts as the time goes by. And you're not going to catch every trade, but as the week kind of starts, it's good to see those positions happen. Like I didn't catch a trade on gold, but I'm seeing some flow. I'm seeing some movements already. Like look, I see this bullish structure up, shift, bam, price hits up. So I'm seeing some stuff, like gaining some rhythm. Getting some rhythm. This guy rhythm. That rhythm word. We're saying that every day. So it's like it's good to, like, I don't want to say it's good to miss trades, but because gold moves so much, it's good to see those things you miss. So that's why I do like to be kind of active on the market when it's open. So I can see what's happening, see what's going on, see some reactions, see a bit of my strategy for performing. See some whole number reactions. Like, did this hit 75? Almost. Like if you look here, pretty much an A plus setup right here. This is literally like an A plus setup on the 15-minute chart that happened on gold with this shift up at 46.25. I think we almost came to 4,600. Yeah, we literally just like tapped 4,600. Like just kind of skimmed it. That's like an A plus setup right there. And this is on the 15-minute. These types of setups are always visible on the 15, 5, 1 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour. Like all these time frames, you'll see gold do these types of setups in the week. All right. 46.25, whole number, boom. So even right there, like seeing some reactions, just being there, being more present, that just happened. That would have been like a fire trade. That happened before I got on. That right there would be an example of a good trade setup, like a trade that was good, like what was going on, the confirmation, what price was doing, the shift up, pullback, retracement. And the market just opened, and the market just opened like a couple hours ago, and already did a shift down. Like market opened, gold freaking dumped, right? Psh, like literally dumped, bounced straight away, dumped, made a lower low. So like that's why like you don't have to chase the market when it opens. Like if you caught a sell, it would have been probably hard to catch that sell. You would have it probably be in sells already. You don't have to chase the beginning of like the market when it opens, because like, you know, look at like boom, boom. There's not really confirmation there. Like, yeah, there's reaction. If you're a scalper, there's things to react to in moments. Like scalpers react to things in moments, but you got to be quick. These types of shifts give you way more confirmation than just, okay, market moving, because there's structure involved, right? Market structure. So smash the like button if you guys are learning something here. We've been on for about an hour now. Let me see what you guys are saying. Anyone can hit a banger trade. Can you do it again? Consistency is key. So these types of setups, they happen every week. Gold just made small fair value gap. RSI, EMA combo, OP. Caught that 500 pips. Nice. Throughout Trump's campaign, was he not just saying, I just want people to stop dying? He was. Yeah, he was. He said no more wars. So, guess he had a different plan in mind. Yeah, same shit, different toilet. They all, it's like say one thing, said everything we wanted to hear, everything everybody wanted to hear. Yep, pretty much. In the end, it's like, yeah. We'll see how this unfolds. 4,500. Keep an eye on that because it's daily. So keep an eye on the 4,500, maybe daily session timing. When is price there? To like, is it not a random session time? Like I want it to be around a session time, but I think for going into the week, I'm gonna keep some patience this week. Real patience. There was a good setup there, and like before I got on, if I showed you, based on everything I've been teaching the last like 2 weeks too. 4,500, not a bad level to wait for. We do have structure there on the daily, so we'll probably get at least like a bounce at that level, and bounces right now are pretty big moves. It's necessary to have a strategy, yes, because like if you don't and you take a trade and lose, you're not going to be able to be like, okay, did I take a good trade? Did I take a bad trade? Because like when you have a strategy, you can look at, okay, this is a good trade. Like the one I just showed you, for example, that entry there, right? So if you don't have a strategy, or you're not using like a strategy for the trades that you take, you're not going to be able to like refine or get better if you're not using a strategy that you know has high probability, that works, that has reactions, that over time, like the more the strategy happens, it's still there, it's consistent. So yeah, like you need a strategy, because like the traders who struggle don't have systems or strategies that they use. They just kind of take trades and then they lose. They're not able to kind of understand, why did I lose? Was it an early entry? Was it manipulation? You know, did I get like stop loss hunted, liquidity grabbed? Did I even take a good trade? Was it a good confirmation? Like, was there even a good entry here? Like, the traders that struggle the most are ones that don't have strategies or systems to say, this is why I'm taking a trade, or this is why I entered. And they struggle even more because they can't refine from that. You know, they can't look at the trades and go, oh man, that was a bad trade. Why did I take that trade? Or, oh, I got in early. You know, that type of thing. Like, I got in early. Trump is the new Jim Cramer. Do opposite of what he tweets. Jim Cramer. That's funny. I haven't heard his name in a while. Yeah, that's true. The Cramer reversal. Cramer reversal strategy. Just got hungry. Just got mad hungry. So that's why, like, it's, if you have a strategy, like a losing trade, you could always look at that and be like, okay, was I taking my full strategy? Was it the setup I really want? Did I get in early? Did I wait for full confirmation, or could I have taken a better trade, right? That's the part most traders kind of miss in like journaling or trying to like refine their skills, especially like in the beginning stages. Because in the beginning stage, you're just kind of probably jumping around from strategy to strategy, taking trades. You have a good week, and then it's like once you have a bad week, you're done with the strategy. Yeah, no, I'm not in any trades. Just got on the charts when I came on here with you guys. Not really anything, looking for anything specific right now. Gold, 4-hour bearish candle. This one does look like we're going to get like continuations. I think we might come down to 4,500 on the daily time frame. Like if you look at the daily, I think we might come down to there. So I think I'm just going to wait because we still have a lot of time left in the week. I want to see what this Trump guy does on Tuesday. This Trump guy. If you look at 4,500 daily, like I said already, pretty simple, straightforward. We have that low there. Created a high. So I want to see if we can kind of come like retest that area this week. Could tomorrow. Like it could, like with the way gold's moving, it could be there tomorrow or within the next day or two. We'll see. But expect volatility with Tuesday. So I'm being patient with the whole thing Trump's saying. And then we'll see what he says tomorrow. 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. There's a big press conference with the military, Donald Trump and the military. So that's going to be interesting to see what they have to say. Gold's already looking like it's trying to go down. So I'll keep an eye on that area. Like I'm waiting, staying patient. Right now with this like market volatility, like someone said they just got 500 pips or something on that setup that was there. One setup, like you don't need a lot of trades like you usually did, or as many trades as you might have been used to taking before all this volatility. Your week could get made with like 1-2 good trades, 2-3 good setups. So you don't need like to take 5 trades a day, 2 trades a day, 3 trades a day. Like if you have the right trade in the week, right reaction, accuracy, there's a lot of volatility right now. So 4,500, like 4,600 has been holding, but I'm gonna wait for 4,500. That's my plan. That level's already been like used here. Yeah, you could see like 4,500s created, 4,600s created support on gold. You know, if we break that level, I think we'll go down on the daily to 45. There's been 3 reactions around that 4,600. And there was like a shift up here. Like you could see price is accumulating a bit above 40, like around that 4,600 area. Look what price did with structure again. Like I said, we have this high here. We did get a shift up. So this could be like a bullish phase building up if it stays above 4,600. Interesting price action. Do we hit 46.25 there? Came back down to 46.25. Interesting price action. I don't know. I'll monitor this area. Like, it could be trying to shift out, but keep in mind, first thing I went over, daily time frame. For the week, you know, it's Sunday night here. Market just opened today, so it's not anything to rush into, right? It could be something to watch for the week, that 4,500 area right there. Yo, just keep an eye on that. I'll drop some charts in Discord, Telegram tonight. We got a new week loading. I'll keep an eye on gold. I'll monitor it, but that's one thing I'm going to be watching this week. I'll drop some charts in the Telegram. I'm gonna wrap this up in a little bit. If there's any questions, let me know. We're gonna wrap it up in a few minutes here, but about to get up and keep an eye on the charts for London session. I'm gonna monitor that 4600, like see if this accumulation stays. But like I said, I do like 4500 more if we can get down to there this week. We're gonna wrap it up. Make sure you guys stay tuned in this week because we're gonna have some good sessions towards the end of the week. Some good trainings, some stuff I'm gonna go over. So make sure you guys plug in this week and don't miss the trainings this week. They're the last trainings I'm ever doing. So make sure you're there. Leo's like, what? It's the final trainings this week, guys. So make sure you plug in. I'm serious. I'm actually serious. So the 30 day, you know? Remember the 30 day. Plug in. Right? This thing's on, right? Y'all can hear me, right? Daily. I'll drop some charts in the Discord. I do. Let's see, 30 minute. Is it some? Interesting candle there that just flipped price up. 46.25. Told myself I was gonna watch the zeros and 50s this week. The zeros and 50s. Keep an eye on them zeros and 50s this week, folks, alright? Keep an eye on the frickin' zeros and 50s. Keep an eye on them. Nah, I'm gonna chill. Market's still fresh. No rush. London session, couple hours. See where price is at. London session. I'm gonna be up for London. Maybe looking for a trade. Still chilling. No signal. No signal this session. I wish. 1 hour is looking like it's flipping bearish too. Like that looks kind of sketchy. Even though there's that 15 minutes accumulation. Like if you look at the 1 hour, 1 hour might be flipping bearish. Looks kind of sketchy because we just had like a long wick rejection here on the 1 hour. See? Into an area which is like 46.50. Yeah, 1 hour is looking kind of sketch. So if you're looking for buys, like I'm not in any trades. So if you're looking for buys, calm the situation. Because if you look at the 1 hour, you do have like a bearish candle flipping here on the 1 hour. Long wick rejection there. Next candle's just dropping. Yeah, 1 hour could try to hold this area. It's the thing. If 1 hour holds, it's like you could make this drop. See? Break and retest. 1 hour. If you look at this 1 hour area, we have that long wick. Kind of sketchy there. So I don't see any setups right now that I want to get into. We have the whole week ahead of us to find some good setups. But if you look at that 1 hour, yeah, bearish potentially here on the 1 hour. See? At that area there. How's the weekly looking? Yeah, like weekly's just gotta like rebound. Yeah, if we were to go bullish on the weekly, before we go bullish, we'd probably get like some rebalance, you know? Like if the weekly's gonna push up on gold, back up, you need probably some more rebalance on there. Which lines up with kind of what I was saying, like, you know, like 4,500, that daily area. If we can go back into that daily area, around 4,500, we get like possible continuations. That would be like something that we can see maybe on from the daily. All right. Bank holidays probably will range. Yeah, we do have bank holidays. Tomorrow is a holiday, so it could be rangy price. Markets won't be closed, but yeah, tomorrow's a big day too. Remember, tomorrow's a big day with Trump in the military press conference, and then Tuesday, I don't know. People asking me what I think is gonna happen. Can't tell you right now with this. This is like, it's out of my jurisdiction. Technical analysis. Rejection candles are my rejection candlesticks. Market structure shifts. Break of structures. That's my language. Like, it's as this thing escalates, it's getting confusing too. Like, I'm confused keeping up with it. It's like, man. Someone said in the chat, if you do like the opposite of what Trump says, like most of the time that's kind of like playing out. But like every time he says to buy there's times he said to buy the dip. I remember last year there was times he's like, now is a great time to buy the dip. Now is a great time to buy the stock market. Stock market's down. It's gonna every time, like when it's like things like that to the stock market. I think like don't do the opposite though, in a way. Like some things like if you guys remember last year, there was times he was like, now's a great time to buy the stock market, and he literally called the bottom with that. It was literally like a great time to buy the stock market. It would have been the exact bottom. If you guys remember that last year, he did that more than one occasion. That was a funny occasion. Like that was a thing he would always do. But before that, he would dump the market. So yeah. Before that, he would be like, we're doing this, and it would dump the market. Yeah, 1 hour is looking long wick there. You got like a long wick there on the 1 hour. It's looking pretty sketch. Might end up breaking here. This 1 hour when you're looking at like this. Created a long wick there, so the 1 hour is not looking like the best right now. If you're looking for buys, the 1 hour could be going down if it holds bearish. I want to wait for that daily level, see what happens around there. So when you wait for a level or an area, like if you have like a defined area marked, like that could be just as like simple as like, let's do this. So let's just say a support, to be basic. Let's say you have a support area marked and you're like, I want to buy in that support. You have the area marked, you have the setup. Most of the time it's easier to maybe spot the setup beforehand than the actual like confirmation, right? So let's say you have a support area like this that you have marked, an area you want to trade the market in. It's maybe a supply and demand zone. This example, I'm just going to use a support zone, all right? As seen here. So it's like more about, okay, watching what price action does in that area now. Trying to spot stuff like this now, maybe in that area on a smaller time frame chart. It's like, can I now get good confluence in that area of some price action, right? And it's like, yeah, you have your support to the left. That's like, okay, that's my defined area. Okay, we were on the 1 hour, right? We have like an area here to the left where we could see the market created. Again, go to line chart, support, like right here. So you got an area where the market bounced there, created buyers. When it comes to that area, you know, there's different things that happen. When you're looking at the 1 hour, it's like you have a rejection candle here, right? It's like, okay, market rejected bullish in that area of support. That's a confirmation I could see on the 1 hour. If I go on the 15-minute, you know, it's like, okay, what's price doing? It's kind of accumulating, maybe going sideways until it does that like shift up. That's where it's like area responded. There's like, okay, maybe some confirmation in there. You can see how there was, again, that like perfect buy setup here. And the market responds to this area as a support. So it's like a lot of times it's about like defining your areas, picking some areas and keeping an eye on them, like not just jumping into the trade right away, right? Because you could have like a perfect resistance marked and be like, I want to sell at this resistance, like here, you know, resistance level. Maybe there's not any really specific confirmation going on in that resistance that shows you on like a smaller time frame, like a good accumulation happening in there. Things that can help avoid too, like help to avoid maybe the wrong trade too. If it's like nothing's really going on, you can't really spot anything. So it all comes down to even like spotting things, identifying things, being able to identify things. Keep an eye on gold. I'll keep an eye on her. Keep an eye on her. Keep an eye on her. Calm your keisters. Calm your keisters. Calm your keisters. This area right now is like just defending short term. You can see this little area here that we shifted out of. Nice area. Maybe I'll pop up for London session. Turn your notifications on. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, guys, and you turn notifications on. Trump needs to do that. He definitely does need to do that again. Make sure you turn notifications on. I might pop up for London session, depending on what price is doing. A couple hours till London session starts, like pre-London session. So, might pop back on because I'm going to be up tonight, monitoring the charts, keeping an eye on things. Yeah, gold does have this area at 46.25. I would say for those of you guys that know the strategy, keep your hold levels marked. Like, keep the important ones marked. And see how price tests around them. Right now, look at 46.25 is just kind of stalling, even going sideways. Could be next leg up, potentially. Like, there might be a trade in this area to try to go back to the high. This area. That could be a possible setup. Could try to like go back to the high if this holds. Even though that 1 hour, I know the 1 hour looks sketch, but this would be like what the 5 minutes showing. You can actually see like potentially this low could be made and try to extend up. That could be possibly something to monitor around this 46.25. But like I said, I might pop up in a couple hours. I'm going to keep an eye on this. Maybe a signal goes out. I'll drop some charts in Telegram and in Discord. Make sure you guys plug in all week. Like I said, you're not going to want to miss the next phase. If you guys miss the next phase, you're going to miss out on an entire new type of level up. I'm telling you guys, make sure you guys don't miss the next phase. It's going to be an entire different level up. All right? I'll see you guys in the next session. I might pop up back later, but we're going to be streaming all week. So make sure you guys are plugged in, yo. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications on, yo, so you guys know when I go live. I'm out. I've been in the 1 minute. Ordering some food. I'm gonna monitor this. Maybe a signal goes out, but I know I'll send a signal if we go to 4,500. Expect probably a signal from me if we hit $4,500. Probably full port gold longs there. And if I full port it and it works, that's it. One setup for the week. Done. If you see me send a gold buy at 4,500 this week, it's not a random trade, all right? Let's see. We'll see what happens if it gets down there, but daily level. I'm out. I might come on later, so that's why I said turn notifications on. I'll let you guys know. I might come on. If notifications on, you'll know when I'm going live. All right. Peace, 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 peace.